But for these elections, it's quite interesting for us, considering the fact that by 5 hours, there was a upload of up to 70% on the result viewing platform. So if you look at the graph which we have actually projected, we have projected a graph to give you a 3-level summation of what the upload was during the elections. 1 speaks to 5 hours after, 7 hours after, and 24 hours. By 7 hours after, we had like 6 complete collation at 100% upload of all the polling results, followed by another 99%, followed by 98%. At this point, it makes it very, very difficult to introduce any error or any fraud into the process. So a combination of the smart card reader, if immediately revamped and replaced by INEC, and this platform is adding credibility to elections. And I think that the next we want INEC to do is to add a submission to this very important innovation, such that the result will start tallying itself together at the same time. And I think one thing we also mentioned in our pre-election briefing when it comes to the outcome of the elections itself is the fact that votes in the state historically have been on senatorial districts, so zonal affiliation, and that itself was re-emphasized with the way the elections went in the Ondo election, again adding credibility from an historical point of view on the geography of votes to the outcome of the election itself. But while there are positives which we've highlighted, the issue-based politics, the fact that it was very peaceful, we remain very worried that the trio of violence, vote buying, and in particular fake news is fast determining the outcomes of elections in this country. We were all there to see what actually happened, the kind of fabrication, the kind of fake news that came out on Saturday, Friday itself. And all these are very, very important, which we don't just have to legislate on. We have to have we have to come up with very important strategies in terms of addressing these issues in our electoral process. Either we like it or not, they are very important, and they are beginning to be the new way, especially with innovations such as the result viewing platforms, smart card reader, in terms of winning elections in the country. And I think the other issue I want to re-emphasize itself is the influx of fake observers. And I think that this is very important. Some of them are duly accredited, some are not accredited. And the fact that they continue to muddy the water makes the work we do different, reduces the trust of the citizens in observation process. And it will be very important that in the forthcoming election, INEC does more in terms of weeding out most of these people in the accreditation of observers process. And lastly, in all the the Edo elections and of course these Ondo elections, the police has been, in particular, led by the Inspector General of Police and all the security agents who participated in the elections, have all been commended, particularly with the civility with which they go about their duties on election day. But we will again want to highlight that being civil is actually good, and it is expected because they are meant to be the protectors of citizens. But turning blind eyes to electoral offenses are not enough, because the real problem we have is that of impunity. And the more they continue to do that without effectively implementing the law, electoral impunity will reign in the country, and people, at least when there are no immediate sanctions, people will continue to breach the law itself. So I think this is a very, very important point that we expect should be addressed in all the forthcoming off-season elections before the next off-cycle election in 2021. Thank you very much.